children, welcome to your literature class of Standard 3. Today we will start a new chapter, chapter number 12, My Special Sister, written by Jane Whitehouse Peterson, who was a writer and a poet, and she wrote many books for children, including I Have a Sister and My Sister is Deaf. She wrote these books to share with others the love she has for her sister. Now let's read the chapter and I'll be explaining you the chapter.
Children, on the first page of chapter number 12, you can see that how with the help of fingers the words can be formed. So this is sign language which is used for and by the people, those who cannot hear, those who are deaf. This story is about Jane's sister who cannot hear. My name is Jane. I have a sister. My sister cannot hear the way I can. She can play the piano. She likes to feel the sound of the music. But she will never be able to sing. She cannot hear the tune. So, in this story, Jane describes about her sister that her sister cannot hear and she can play the piano. Although she cannot hear, but she can play the piano and she likes to feel the sound of the music. But she will never be able to sing because as she cannot hear, she has not learned to speak. So she will never be able to sing. And she cannot hear the tune also. Whatever tune is played on the piano, she cannot hear that. My sister can dance with a partner or march in a line. She likes to leap, to tumble, to roll, and to climb to the top of the monkey bars. She watches me as we climb. I watch her too. She cannot hear me shout, "Look out!" but she can see me swinging her way. She laughs and swings backward, trying to catch my legs. Here in the next paragraph, Jane says that her sister can do all other things that other children they can do, like dancing with a partner, playing, leaping, tumbling, rolling around, climbing on the top of the monkey bars. So she does everything that other children can do. Whenever she climbs, that means Jane climbs on the monkey bar, the sister, the little sister, she watches her climbing and she also watch her. That means Jane also watch her. That whether she is climbing carefully or not or how she is climbing, they both enjoy each other's company. They love each other's company. And she cannot hear Jane shouting. When she shouts to be alert, to be careful, Jane shouts. That time little sister, she cannot hear her shouting. But what she does, she goes towards her and holds her, catch her legs when she is swinging on the monkey bar. She laughs. That means she enjoys all these things, all the fun she enjoys. I have a sister who likes to go with me out to the grassy lot behind our house. Today we are tracking deer. I turn to speak to her. I use no voice, just my fingers and my lips. She understands and walks behind me, stepping where I step. I'm the one who listens for small sounds. She's the one who watches for hoof marks and quick movements in the grass. So here they plan to go to the grassy lot behind their house. There is a grassy land behind their house, and they have planned to track a deer, to follow a deer. Here Jane says that she turns to speak to her about this, how they will track a deer. But she did not use any voice. Without speaking, she explained her everything using only her fingers and her lips. As she cannot hear, the little sister, Jane's sister, cannot hear. So Jane uses her fingers and her lips to explain the things to her. And she understood everything. The sister understood everything and stepped where she stepped. That means she followed her sister. Jane says that she was the one who listens for all small sounds while tracking the deer, and her sister was the one who watched for the hoof marks, the foot marks of the animal which they were tracking, and the quick movements in the grass, because her sense of seeing the thing was more alert. Okay, it was stronger than Jane. So both of them in this way they coordinated with each other and they tracked the deer. Now my sister has started going to my school, although our mother still helps her speaking and lip read at home. She can say words, but they sound different. When she says ball, I hear ball. The teacher and the children do not understand every word she says. So, here in this paragraph, Jane explains that her sister has started going to her school, but still her mother helps her to learn speaking as well as how to read the lips. Lip read is to understand the lip movement of the people, those who are speaking, and then make out that what words are being spoken by that person. Okay, so her mother teaches all these things to Jane's sister at home. She can say words, but they sound different as she is not able to hear the sound. She is not able to hear the word. So she cannot speak as we can speak, as we normal people can speak, because they are not able to hear. They just utter anything. They just speak and they sound such words, they sound very different from normal words. Okay. So when she says ball, Jane says that I hear her saying ball. Okay, so the teacher and the children, they do not understand every word she says because they sound different to them. I understand my sister. My sister understands what I say too, especially if I speak slowly and move my hands a lot, but not always. Last night I asked, where are my pajamas? She went into the kitchen and brought out a bunch of bananas from the fruit bowl on the table. So Jane says that although others are not able to understand every word she says, her little sister says, but she understands her sister. And her sister also understands whatever Jane says. Especially If Jane says that especially if I speak slowly, that means when she speaks slowly, she is able to lip read, and she is also able to read the movement of the hands. So when Jane speaks slowly and moves her hand a lot, then Jane's sister is able to understand whatever she wants to say. But sometimes it goes wrong also. And then Jane explains about an incident that happened last night, a night before. Okay, and what was that incident? When she told her sister to bring pajamas, she asked from her sister about her pajamas. She went into the kitchen, the little sister, she went into the kitchen and brought a bunch of bananas from the fruit bowl that was kept on the table. My friends ask me about my little sister. They ask, does it hurt to be deaf? No, I say. Her ears don't hurt, but her feelings do when people don't understand. So Jane says that her friends ask from her about her little sister. They are concerned and they ask that whether her ears pain, hurt, do they pain? Then Jane says no to them. She denies and she says no, her ear doesn't hurt, but her feelings are hurt. When people they don't understand her, they ignore her, they don't uh, treat her as a normal child, they do not want to mix up with her, they do not want to make her a part of their group. So all these things make her hurt. She is hurt by all these kind of behavior of people. My sister will never know if the telephone is ringing or if someone is knocking at the door. But when storms come, my sister does not wake to the sudden rolling thunder or to the quick clap clap of the shutters in the wind. My little sister sleeps. I am the one who is afraid. Here, Jane explains about one of the benefit, one of the good side that her sister, little sister, enjoys. She says that although she is not able to hear the ringing of the telephone or knocking at the door, but when there is storm and it makes sound, the doors they make sound due to storm, the doors of the windows they make sound due to the storm. So all these things doesn't disturb her. When she is asleep, she is not disturbed by all these kind of sounds. Okay, so she is the one who sleeps soundly without any disturbance, but Jane is the one who is awakened by these sounds. I have a sister who watches television without turning on the sound. I have a sister who can talk with her fingers or in a hoarse, gentle voice. But sometimes she yells so loud, our mother says the neighbors will complain. So Jane explains that her sister is the one who watches television without turning on the sound. She doesn't need the sound. She watches. She only watches television without sound. So in this manner also she is special. She can talk with her fingers or in a hoarse gentle voice. Hoarse gentle voice is the voice that is rough. Okay? But she is gentle. She is not rude. But sometimes when people doesn't understand her, that time she yells, she shouts, and their mother says that neighbors will complain about this type of yelling for this shouting sound. I stamp my foot to get my sister's attention or wave at her across the room. I come up beside her and put my hand on her arm. She can feel the stamping, she can feel the touching. She can see me, my moving hands. But if I stand behind her and call out her name, she cannot hear me. My sister is special. There are not many sisters like mine. So here Jane says that whenever she wants to gain her attention, her sister's attention, she stamps her foot, she waves her hand, or she come up beside her and put her hand on her arm. So she can feel all these things, her stamping, her touch, her moving hands. She can feel all these things, but she cannot hear the sound. If Jane stands behind her and call her out by her name, she cannot hear her. She says that her sister is special and there are not many sisters like hers. So children, here we have finished this story. We have seen that how these two sisters, they love each other. There is special bond between these two sisters. How they care for each other. So we should also care for all the people, those who are around us. Okay, whether they are having all the abilities or they are disabled, any of their organ is not working properly, we should not ignore them. So now I would like to say bye to you. Be safe, take care, and thank you.